So in Apple's complete lineup, there was never really an iPhone that we should have gotten that we never really got. I don't really think there's ever been leaks of a certain iPhone that was like planning to come out but hasn't came out yet, besides like the folding iPhones and maybe some other like flipping type of iPhone like the Galaxy Z Flip. But there was an iPhone specific in name that we actually kind of figured would come. I mean, it's kind of like, should have came theoretically speaking, but Apple never made. And it's actually the iPhone 9. Now, this iPhone probably should have came out in 2017 when the iPhone 8, 8 Plus, and iPhone 10 came out. And if you look closely with that specific year of release, we had the iPhone 8, which came after the iPhone 7, which came after the iPhone 6S, which came after the iPhone 6. We pretty much got all the numbers except for like number 1 and number 2, which the iPhone first one was the 2G technically. But recently, we never got the iPhone 9, and it's been about 5 years since that specific release date. And you might be wondering, well, what happened to the iPhone 9? This was somewhat of a lost iPhone. Now, the reason this iPhone pretty much didn't come out was because I would assume is because of the 10th anniversary of the iPhone. When 2017 came around, when the iPhone 8 was, coming out and the iPhone 10 came out, it was on the 10th anniversary of that device. Now, I'm pretty sure Apple looked at that and they said, you know what, we have to do something crazy for this device. We can't just release a normal thing that we usually do. So what they basically had to do at that point was they had a choice. Either they go through and they make a really, really awesome iPhone, or they put in another filler year. And luckily, they gave us a really solid device. Now, if they were to call the iPhone 10 the iPhone 9, that would kind of, I think, mess a few things up. For one, it wasn't really a numerical 10 that they were giving it. They were giving it kind of the letter X. So because, of the letter X, they were, I guess, kind of fast tracking a few things here and there in order to actually make that name stand out. Because when you look at the iPhone 10 and it's an X, it gets a little bit more discussion going around. And I think the iPhone 10 sounds better than the iPhone 9. Now, I think they probably would have dropped an iPhone 9 had it probably not been for 2015 if they made an iPhone 6S. If they just made it, straight to the iPhone 7 and then iPhone 8, then they probably would have dropped the iPhone 9 and then the iPhone 10 the same year in 2017. It just so happens that they dropped the 6S, then they dropped the 7 the year after. They kind of had to go ahead and, they were kind of like running out of time to make those numbers make sense. So that's probably why they fast-tracked it. We've seen a few other manufacturers do something like this too. Recently it's been Samsung. They skipped straight from the Samsung Galaxy S10 to the Samsung Galaxy S20. So they pretty much did that like overnight, basically within a year. And the reason they did that was because, it was the year 2020 and they wanted to go ahead and just, kind of make the year match up with what the number of the, Galaxy S was at the time. So in my opinion, the iPhone 9 is a very interesting device because it probably would have been somewhat of like an iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus, but probably would have just been a different number, maybe a faster chipset and whatnot. But it's an iPhone that was kind of lost and we never really got. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.